The Court of Infernal Affairs is now in session.
Very well.
Okay. Do we have a demon for the judge? Or the Grim Reaper or something? I'm thinking he needs to recuse himself. I think he's probably going to see it from the devil's perspective a little bit better than Homer's. You know, little biased, maybe? Yeah, probably recuse yourself. Ridiculous Court Scenes calls the case of Homer Simpson v. the Devil. We're in session.
Mr. Simpson, don't you worry. I watched Matlock in a bar last night. The sound wasn't on, but I think I got the gist of it.
Well, great. I mean, Homer's starting off on a really good note here. His attorney is drawing his inspiration from Matlock, one of the oldest and least realistic law shows that there is. Now, I'm not talking about the new Matlock with the girl, but the old one with Andy Griffith. Yeah, not the most realistic thing in the whole world, and but, you know, we are talking about a cartoon, so, all right.
Hear ye. The Court of Infernal Affairs is now in session.
Very well.
Okay. Do we have a demon for the judge? Or the Grim Reaper or something? I'm thinking he needs to recuse himself. I think he's probably going to see it from the devil's perspective a little bit better than Homer's. You know, little biased, maybe? Yeah, probably recuse yourself.
Number 2, the jury will be chosen by me.
Agreed. No, wait.
Silence!
The jury's going to be chosen completely by Satan. Okay, well, that's bad news. Satan here depicted as Ned Flanders with horns. But anyway, no voir dire, we call it, all right? That's where we get the jury selection. Both sides actually get to have a say. Well, not in The Simpsons. All right.
Lizzie Borden, Richard Nixon.
But I'm not dead yet. In fact, I just wrote an article for Redbook.
Hey, listen, I did a favor for you.
Yes, master.
John Wilkes Booth, Blackbeard the Pirate, John Dillinger, and the starting line of the 1976 Philadelphia Flyers.
It's a tough jury. I mean, you're going to have a hard time winning those guys over. I'm thinking, yeah, all of them are going to see it from the devil's perspective, which is probably what he was, you know, shooting for. Okay, no problem. Well, devil's doing a better job than Homer's attorney is at this point, but, you know, they haven't started the case yet officially. Devil's off to a good start.
I hold here a contract between myself and one Homer Simpson, pledging me his soul for a doughnut, which I delivered, and it was scrum-diddly-umptious. I simply ask for what is mine.
All right, opening statement by the devil / Ned Flanders, and we're already presenting evidence. He's showing, you know, contract to the jury, testifying about it. Yep, probably not going to happen. You need a witness for that. Put somebody on the stand and actually call him.
But I ask you, what is a contract? Webster's defines it as an agreement under the law which is unbreakable. Which is unbreakable. Excuse me, I must use the restroom.
Mr. Hutz?
Homer Simpson, I have no choice but to sentence you to an eternity.
Wait!
He's going to have an appeal. I mean, his lawyer's not even there. Didn't even get to present a case. So, yeah, Simpson's Court of Appeal, yeah, easy.
Read the back! The back!
Arr, 'tis some kind of treasure map.
You idiot, you can't read.
Aye, 'tis true. My debauchery was my way of compensating.
Dear Marge, you have given me your hand in marriage. All I can give you in return is my soul, which I pledge to you forever.
We've heard enough. Your Honor, we find that Homer Simpson's soul is legally the property of Marge Simpson and not of the devil.
No.
Well, bad news for Homer here. If he already gave his soul to Marge and then he traded it to the devil when he didn't actually even own it, he might have committed fraud. So he might be on trial again after this. I don't know. I don't think they actually thought that through all the way. It is a cartoon. But, yeah, could be fraud. Don't sell things twice, especially your soul. Okay, let that be a lesson to all of us. Don't sell your soul, especially twice. Seems fair. All right, now The Simpsons is full of really good court scenes. We all know that. So, moving on, we're going to Bart gets hit by a car.
Now, let's pretend you're on the witness stand. How are you, Bart?
Fine.
Oh, fine. Isn't that nice? Bart says he's fine. Wrong! You are not fine! You're in constant pain!
I am in constant pain. Dad,
Okay, witness prep, that's normal, right? Going over how you're going to answer questions with your client, with a witness, anything like that, right? That's totally normal. Screaming in their face, probably not so much. People might be surprised how much you're going to go over a witness's testimony. Now, I'll never tell a witness what to say. I'll never tell a defendant what to say. I'll absolutely never give anyone an answer. But when they give an answer that sounds wrong, I will say, wait a minute, did you mean to say, and we can coach it just a little bit. That's proper witness prep. Screaming in their face, telling them they're in constant pain? Yeah, probably not.
Maybe Lisa does have a point. I don't mind you boys doing this in the living room, but in court, doesn't Bart have to tell the truth?
Yeah, but what is truth, if you follow me? Now, Bart, can you roll your eyes back in your head like this?
What is truth, if you follow me? And then there's not even an explanation of what is truth. How about truth is what actually happened? And then we're going into actually coaching Bart on how to look worse than he actually is feeling.
Kid's a pro.
Springfield Municipal Court is now in session. Judge Moulton presiding.
Your Honor, my client has instructed me to remind the court how rich and important he is, that he is not like other men.
I should be able to run over as many kids as I want.
Mr. Burns, I must warn you that if you continue to disrupt the court in this way, I will have to cite you for contempt.
You wouldn't dare.
Well, no, I guess I wouldn't.
Calling.
Okay. All right. There is something worth talking about here. Okay, now in the American legal system, a lot of times people see the rich are getting treated far differently than the poor. Okay, there's some truth to it. There is definitely some truth to it, okay? But one of the big factors is that the rich can afford really freaking good attorneys, or they can afford a team of attorneys. If they have a pile of money just sitting around waiting to say, screw you to somebody else in a legal setting, then they can afford a lot of attorneys to do it. The poor usually can't. And so it doesn't usually end up as well for them. Is that justice? No, I'm not saying it is, but I am saying it's just, typically speaking, the way that it works. What we just got here was the judge going, oh no, I wouldn't actually dare to hold you in contempt, Mr. Burns. No, rich people have been held in contempt. Sports stars have gone into courtrooms and done stupid things and been held in contempt. Yeah, that has happened. Judges usually aren't really afraid of them, at least not that I know of. They don't act like it, at least never that I've seen. So, probably not the most realistic thing in the world, but we are dealing with people that are colored yellow and I think only have 3 fingers. So, whatever.
Oh, please.
Hello, Bart. Now, you know the difference between telling the truth and telling a lie, don't you, son?
Maybe.
Uh-huh. Well, you wouldn't lie to the United States, would you, Bart?
No.
No.
Good. Proceed, Mr. Hutz.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Bart, I want you to tell the jury in your own words exactly what happened.
So beginning right off with, hey, just tell them what happened. Not going to lay a foundation at all, not going to actually coach them in the right direction. Now, Bart, you look like you're all covered in bandages today. Why are you covered in bandages? I was hit by a car. Oh, and when did that happen? No, nothing. No foundation to it whatsoever. We're just going to jump in. Hey, what's going on?
I was playing in my wholesome childlike way, little realizing that I was about to be struck down by the luxury car of death.
Defenseless child at 3 o'clock.
Luckily, I was not killed that day, although sometimes I wish I had been.
No, he's lying!
So this is the way cases go. Okay, it's an exaggeration of the way cases go, right? But victim will get up on the stand, right? They've got the burden of proof. In this case, it's plaintiff and defendant, right? Plaintiff is up there, and he's testifying, and he gets to tell this human drama, right? And the jury gets sucked into it, and so does everybody else in the courtroom. And now it's defense's job to start picking that apart. Very hard to do, especially in a case like this. Bart's a really likable piece of crap, right? I mean, everybody knows that Bart is just an absolute brat. Okay, but he's on the stand and he's totally owns the jury right now. He's sucked him into his story. Okay, so getting up there and actually making him look like the liar that he is being is going to be very difficult. but possible.
Now, Mr. Burns, would you please relate in your own words exactly what really happened on the day of the accident?
Okay, wait, so we're going all the way to Mr. Burns already. We're already to the defense's case. So apparently, the plaintiff has presented their entire case in chief, which was just Bart testifying. Bart was not going to be cross-examined by the defense attorney, and now we're just going to defense's case in chief. Yeah, right.
Certainly. Oh, it was a beautiful day. The sun was shining.
Okay, Mr. Burns just pulled a piece of paper out of his suit and started reading his answers. That's just comedy gold. I mean, not realistic, obviously, in any way, but it's hilarious.
That incorrigible Simpson boy darted in front of me. Whoa! Yeah! Oh, please don't let me in. Oh, my goodness! Look what's happened!
Oh, it's not important, sir. Let's drive on.
Why, you despicable, cold-blooded monster! Regardless of what you think, we must summon help and comfort the dear boy until an ambulance arrives. No! Take me! I'm old! And that's what happened.
And the jury hates Mr. Burns. Bad news for him. What's really interesting, again, an exaggeration of things that actually happen in real life. That's what makes The Simpsons funny, right? So on one side, we have Bart is just stretching the truth completely in one direction. Mr. Burns is trying to stretch it completely in the other direction. Happens all the time in courtrooms. And really typically, truth is right in the middle.
It's looking good, Mr. Simpson. It's looking very, very good.
They hate me? Well, what trial were you watching?
Maybe a settlement.
Oh, yes, settlement. Fine. Hang your heads in shame. You overpriced, underbrand, glorified notary publics. Just get that big ape to my house tonight, and we'll buy him off with a banana or two.
Oh, so Mr. Burns, what did he have there? 7 or 8 attorneys, and they all were wearing the exact same gray suit, red tie, and red hanky? Oh, that's priceless. Again, exaggeration of how things work in real life, but I mean, I'm wearing a gray suit right now. It's a blue tie, though.
I didn't know you liked animals.
No, I don't like everything about them. Just their heads. Well,
Oh, now we're going to have some kind of settlement conference without any of the attorneys present. Neither side's attorneys are present. Mr. Burns just invites them over for dinner and says, hey, can we work this out? Probably not. I'd advise my client not to go to that.
$100,000. I spit on his $500,000.
Not your typical client reaction, but I've had some similar ones. Okay, so what happens? You get a client that really feels like they have just been wronged, solid injustice, and then they get a pretty good offer, and you have the chance of going to trial, and trial means a roll of the dice, right? One way, you could get nothing. The other way, you could get a ton of money. But they're holding an offer for $500,000, and Homer is attempting to spit on it and missing and hitting a chair. But anyway, trying to spit on it. The real thing in this situation, the real kicker, is that Homer knows his kid is just making this all up, is just hamming up the injuries. So really, he should be going, yeah, okay, I'll take your $500,000 offer and run away like I got away with something.
Does the name Julius Hibbert mean anything to you?
Yes, he's been our family physician and trusted friend ever since the day I became a mother. He's seen us through everything, from colds to impetigo, with competence and loving care.
But wait a minute. I'm confused. This court heard expert testimony from one Dr. Nick Riviera. What is your opinion of him? Mrs. Simpson?
I'm sorry, but my mother always said if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
Will that hold up in court?
No, I've tried it before.
Mrs. Simpson, what is your opinion of Dr. Riviera? And let me remind you that you're under oath.
Well, to be honest, he seemed a lot more concerned about wrapping Bart in bandages than in making him feel better. And he mispronounced words that even I know, like abdomen. And his office was dirty. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure he's even a doctor.
And Mrs. Simpson, could you describe for us in your own words Bart's intense mental anguish and suffering?
Well, I don't know how intense it was. But Well, I guess he did miss 3 days of school.
Oh, 3
Although
days.
he doesn't really like school all that much.
No.
So I guess that may not count as anguish.
No, it doesn't, Mrs.
Well,
Simpson.
it was a little hard on me having him around the house all
Yes.
that time.
Could you put a dollar amount on all these hardships?
Well, we pay Bart $5 a week to take out the trash. I suppose if he'd been able to do it that week, we might have given him the $5.
$5? But your lawyer, assuming he is a lawyer, is asking for $1 million. Well, we can't blame them for trying, can we? Thank you very much, Mrs. Simpson.
And just like that, their case completely falls apart because Marge got up and told the truth. So, again, an exaggeration of things that happen in real life, but there have been situations like, say, divorced parents where a child gets injured and they both see the case very differently, and say this, like, divorced parent is very angry at the other parent and goes in to testify thinking, you're just doing all that so you can get rich and I'm not even going to get anything out of this. So they're going to go in there and blow up this whole case just to do it. So not that far-fetched. I mean, honestly, for The Simpsons, yeah, pretty spot on. That can happen that way pretty easy.
1/3 off on every picture.
But it's a happy ending because Homer and Marge still love each other. Isn't that nice? All right. Those are just a couple of the crazy scenes from The Simpsons. If you want to see more of them, let me know.